Hello, my name is Sarah. I came to the UK with my child to join my husband on a refugee family reunion visa. One of the big questions I had when I arrived was how can I get the help I need in the UK? Firstly, I was unsure about the rules of my visa. I discovered that my refugee family reunion visa meant that I depend on a partner or family member who has refugee status, in my case, my husband. He is called my sponsor. This visa means I have to live with my sponsor in the UK and keep my relationship with him. I don't have refugee status myself, so I may be able to travel home to my own country for visits. But my sponsor, who is a refugee, cannot. If you contact an immigration advisor, you can find more information about how to do this. Find immigration advisors through these websites. As an adult, it is always your choice to live in the UK. If someone was forcing me to travel or stay here, I could phone the modern slavery helpline or the police on 101 for help. If it was an emergency situation, I would need to call the emergency services on 999. They can find an interpreter if you tell them the language you speak. Another worry I had was, who could I turn to if I was facing problems, violence or abuse at home? If my partner or family member uses physical, emotional, or sexual violence to control or have power over me, that's domestic abuse. It's a crime here. It includes things like controlling your money, stopping you from leaving the house, and not allowing you to make phone calls or speak to friends, family, or other people. It's also important to know that sex without consent, even if you are married to that person, is illegal here. Consent means saying yes. If you experience any of these things, you can contact the National Domestic Abuse Helpline at any time, day or night, for confidential information, support, and advice. They can refer you to accommodation and specialist services. It is illegal for women to be harassed or intimidated by anyone, including their family or community. If you ever feel pressure from your family or community to follow a tradition or expectation that you are not comfortable with, like getting married, for example, Kama Nirvana is a helpline that you can call. I also wanted to know what happens if my relationship with my sponsor breaks down. Reuniting with my family feels incredible, but there are also challenges and difficult emotions which can be stressful. I learned that if my relationship with my sponsor broke down, I would need to get legal immigration advice as soon as possible, even if we hadn't physically separated yet. This is because I could lose my visa and financial and other rights if our relationship ended or if their refugee status expired and was not renewed. I would still have options to stay in UK, or I could get support to leave if I wanted to. The best thing to do is to get legal advice. If this happens to you, you might be able to get financial help through legal aid. Another big issue was medical care for myself and for my child. I find out that the National Health Services or NHS provides health care to people living in the UK. Most of these services are free. Everyone has a right to get health care, and they will not check your immigration status. In the UK, family doctors are called general practitioners or GPs. They work at GPs' surgeries. To get medical care, I needed to register myself and my child with a GP as soon as possible, even before we needed any medical help. In the UK, all parents must register their children with a GP. To register, the GP surgery may ask you for some identification documents and something to prove your UK address. However, you can register without them. I learned that if I had any problems registering, I could contact Doctors of the World to advocate on my behalf. Now that I have registered, if I need to see my GP, I must call the GP surgery to make an appointment first. The GP will not see me without an appointment. If my GP cannot give me an appointment and I need urgent help, I could try to go to a walk-in center. This is for a problem that needs medical attention but isn't life-threatening. This could include minor burns, cuts, bites, and ear infections. I can ask for an interpreter for my medical appointments and request their agenda. I can also request the agenda of the medical professional I want to see. If I want to, I can ask for someone call the chaperone to come to my appointment with me. This can be someone I know or another professional. For a life-threatening emergency or serious injury, I would need to go to the nearest hospital that has an accident and emergency department, A&E. If I cannot get to hospital, I can call the emergency services for an ambulance or 999. If it is not an emergency but I need medical advice or treatment urgently, I can call 111. I can tell them my language on the phone and they will find an interpreter. When I arrived in the UK, I also wanted to find out more about healthcare for women. I was told that I have the right to get help for my sexual and reproductive health for free in the UK. I was a bit nervous looking for this kind of help, but I felt relieved when I found out that all medical advice and history is confidential and stays between me and my doctor. It's very common for women to use contraception to help plan pregnancies and have choice over the size of our families. I can go to my GP or a sexual health clinic to talk about this and get method of contraception that suits me free of charge. They can test and treat me for sexually transmitted infections as well. They can also give me condoms, which are a type of contraception that also help prevent the spread of STI, which stands for sexual transmitted infections. If a woman is pregnant and does not know if she wants to continue a pregnancy, she has options. In the UK, abortion is legal and free up to a certain time. Women can find out more by calling the British Pregnancy Advisory Service. If you are in Northern Ireland, you can contact Informing Choices NI. I also discovered that female genital mutilation or cutting is legal in the UK and considered child abuse if done to a child. This includes organizing for women or girls to travel to another country to have the procedure. Victims of female genital mutilation who need support can ask their GP to arrange for them to speak to a specialist doctor or a support group. If I have concerns that a child or young woman is at risk, I can call the NSPCC helpline. If I am at risk, I can contact the police. Emotional well-being is really important too. I wanted to know about the types of support in the UK if I were to struggle with my moods and well-being. In the UK, people use the term mental health to describe the way they think, feel, or react to things in their lives. Mental health problems could be the worries we all experience as part of everyday life or more serious long-term problems. I felt reassured when I found out that 1 in 6 adults in the UK have experienced troubles with their mental health, and it is quite common for people to get help for it. It is nothing for us to be ashamed or embarrassed about. My GP can give advice and treatment for emotional and mental health for free, but there can be a wait for therapy. If I am struggling with my mental health, I can contact Mind. Anyone who is feeling suicidal can contact the Samaritans. I hope this advice is helpful to you.